What's up, y'all? Today we have some big news out of MLB. These are some things that have been talked about for a while, but officially, MLB is adding these new rules in 2023, and simply laid out, it's pitch timer, big bases, and restricting the shift. Now, let's go into the details of some of these. This is a developing story. They just tweeted this out a few minutes ago, and Jeff Passan tweeted it out like 10, 15 minutes ago, but it's officially official once the MLB account posts it, right? So, first thing with the pitch clock is 15 seconds to pitch when the bases are empty, 20 seconds with runners on. The hitter receives one timeout per plate appearance, which that's new because usually you could call time pretty much infinitely. It was at the discretion of the ump, to my knowledge. And according to the stats, the average 9-inning game was reduced by 26 minutes in minor league baseball. Now, some of y'all who have not been to a minor league baseball game in those years probably are like, this sucks. Pitch timer doesn't need to happen. But I've been to a handful of Frisco Rough Riders games in that period, as well as collegiate games, because college also has a pitch clock. And you don't even notice it. You truly don't. And the players like it as well. We'll get into that in a second. But it's the most, with lack of a better word, the most meaningless rule on here. Like, you literally will not notice it. I'm sure we'll get some interesting John Boy moments with the hitters getting more than one timeout per plate appearance thing, because, it's just another thing umpires have to keep track of. So that is the one I wanted the most. That's totally cool. And first, second, and third base are increased from 15 inches to 18-inch square. Bigger bases expected to have positive impact on player safety. And I'm realizing I think I got that wrong. I think the players only liked the bases and they didn't like the other two. So I stand corrected there. Lastly, shift restrictions. 2 infielders must be positioned on either side of second base when a pitch is released. Basically to say you can't have 3 people on one side of the infield anymore. And all 4 infielders must have both feet within the infield when a pitcher is on the rubber. Once again, you can't have someone standing in shallow right field or shallow left field when someone hits a ground ball that way. I have a lot of questions about that one. The pitch clock, pretty clear cut, makes sense. The bases, that's cool. But how are they going to enforce this? Because this says when a pitcher is on the rubber, so once the ball is in play, you can move, I assume, right? Like, that makes sense to me. And how specific is it? Like, right when they release the pitch, can you go? I don't know. But 2 infielders positioned on either side of second base when the pitch is released. It's just, I don't know how they're going to actually enforce that, because you have to have some kind of penalty. Baseball is not like football and hockey and basketball where there's a foul or a penalty flag when you violate one of the rules. I guess they could just throw you out of the game, but that seems a little extreme for just, not being shifted. I don't know. Maybe they could just add a strike or something. It's like, if that guy's too close to second base, strike 1. I don't know. So that's what I'm curious about. And I have the full article here, so there should be some more details. I haven't read this yet. But here's the details about the pitch timer. Steal attempts per game have increased from 2.23 in 2019 at a 68% success rate to 2.83 at a 78% success rate. So they want more steals, which, yeah, if you only have 20 seconds to pitch, you're not going to worry about the guy who's on first or who's even on second. So that seems like the wrong focus of adding that rule, to be honest with you. And it did mention some stuff about robot umps and whatever else might be happening. That's a little bit down the road. So here's the pickoff information. Pitchers are limited to 2 disengagements per plate appearance. However, this limit is reset if a runner or runners advance. So if a third pickoff attempt is made, automatically advances if the pickoff is not successful. Wait, hold up now. Okay, I see why they didn't like this. I could see why this was not liked, because to me that's basically saying after 2 pickoffs you just get a free stolen base, either if they don't pick you off or like they're just not going to throw it first so you can just go. I mean, the catcher obviously can throw you out, but that's kind of crazy. Oh, and they are doing the automatic strike for... Okay, I had heard about that. Pitchers who violate it are charged with an automatic ball. This is crazy, dude. What? This is insane. Okay, see, that's what they left out of the tweet here, and that's kind of important. Umpires may provide extra time if warranted by special circumstances. So, as an example, a catcher were to be thrown out on the bases to end the previous half inning and needed additional time to put on his catching gear, the umpire could allow it. If a team has used up all 5 of its allotted mound visits prior to the 9th inning, the team will receive additional mound visits in the 9th. This effectively serves as an additional disengagement. I don't know what to think of that one. But there you go. So this is what I want to know. 4 infielders must be within the outer boundary of the infield. Yeah, they may not switch sides. The rule does not preclude a team from positioning an outfielder in the infield or in the shallow... Oh. Wait, what? So it just prevents the 4 outfielder alignment, but it doesn't really do anything else? How do you enforce that, though? I guess it's just like, you better do it. That's my question, unless I'm missing something obvious here, but there's no actual way you can do that, in my opinion. But anyway. And lastly, the bases, that's just a safety thing. There's not much to really say there. I mean, for those who have ever seen softball, they actually have 2 bases on the first base line, I think, and maybe down the third base line. Because, 99% of the plays, seems like it feels that way, are ground balls to first or on the right side of the infield, and even on the left side, and it's just a foot race to first base. Well, in that instance, they have 1 base on the right side for the runner and 1 base on the left side for the fielder, so they don't have to trample each other, step on ankles, cleat someone by accident, get the spikes in their ankle. So that is pretty interesting. But there's a lot to digest there. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'm not going to ramble on too long. I will leave this link in the comments, and I'll copy that now so I don't forget. If you want to get into more of the details, I think this one is going to be the big game changer, because look at this, automatic strikes and stuff is kind of crazy. And of course the shifts will be huge. So I don't know. MLB is going to look very different next year. So on that note, I will talk to y'all later.